What's up out there, everybody in the internet world? This is the Jester, and this is the Jester's Couch, and you're on Jester Vlogs. Starting a new series. This is the first in several. Jester's Couch. We're going to talk about philosophy, psychology, and just how fucking stupid a lot of people are. The reason we're on the couch, because I seriously don't think I can talk about some of these absolute retards and why they are in fact so stupid while standing. So I'm going to lay down, I'm going to relax, and we're going to talk about some of these absolute idiots. I'm going to take my time, I'm going to have me a little beer, stay calm, and we'll talk about some of the retards down below. Like, subscribe, comment, let me know what's up. So for the first topic today, I want to just bring up a general principle that I seem to find in humanity constantly, and I see it on the internet all the time. I see it debated, I see it talked about, and I see it systemically ruining our society, I think is the best way to really say it. And a lot of YouTube channels are dedicated to it exclusively. It affects our schools, our lives every single day. It's on billboards. It takes people, it forces suicide, hate crime. Obviously, I'm talking about religion. Now, if I just lost you, you're probably part of the problem, because even if you believe in a religion and you believe that your religion does good and no evil, and I grant you that fact, you still have to acknowledge that there are other religions in the world that do either both evil and good, or just evil, depending on what you want to do. But you cannot deny the acts of atrocities that have been committed by millions of people throughout thousands of years in the name of their God. It happens, it's real, it's true, it's documented. And no matter what religion you claim to be your own, there's not a way to square that against reality, provided that there are other religions that exist, which there obviously are. So I think that's one of the big topics that we might even cover here on the couch, more than just now, because it's so vast. But that's really what this series will be about, is just human stupidity. And I personally, I'm not saying everybody that's religious is stupid, but I am saying that religion as a whole is stupid. Because it is. By definition, almost every religion I'm aware of, and I'm fairly autodidacted on the subject. I grew up in an evangelical Christian home, Pentecostal, and Church of Christ. My mother and my father, different sides. And my grandmother and my grandfather were active members in these two churches. My grandfather today, at 82, is still a Pentecostal churchgoer, fundamentalist, young earth creationist, every day like God moves the sun across the sky type religious. And my grandmother, till today she died in 2008, truly believed that the Church of Christ were the only people going to heaven, and everyone else were false religions following Satan, and they didn't know it. I'm not saying that everybody in these two denominations believe these things, but those two did. And they're not alone. I wouldn't even say they're the minority. These are stupid ideas. We know that they're wrong. Either they're wrong or they're logically absurd. They're one of the two. One speaker that I really like to listen to, I follow him on YouTube. I want to give a shout out to him. His name's Aaron Ra. If you don't know about him, check it out. I'm going to link to his channel down in the description. But one thing he says over and over in public speaking, I think he even says it a couple times in the Foundational Falsehoods of Creationism, also putting a link to that in the description. Amazing series. Check it out. It's worth your time. But the phrase I really like that he says is, only accurate information has practical application. So if you just start making these claims and we can't figure out if they're true or not, how are they accurate? Another thing he says that seems to be quite prevalent in these people is that every single claim that religion makes, every one of them that I've ever found or ever even heard of, is either, it fits into one of two categories. It's either evidently not true or not evidently true. And those are two very different things. You're welcome to check out his channel. He'll explain the difference. A really quick paraphrasing of it is, something that is not evidently true would be like unicorns exist. There's no evidence for it. We don't see it anywhere, but it might be true. Something that is true but is not evidently true is that everything is made up of atoms. Well, we don't see it until we actually start looking. Then we find the evidence and it becomes true. because it is now evidently true, right? That's the steps you go through. Whereas if something is evidently not true, you can't go through those steps. If you were to say the sky is green, or you to say that chickens are alligators, these are fallacious statements that go against the logical absolutes, or they go against the world of reality that we map ourselves onto. So we know they cannot be true. They are evidently not true. They're two different things, because a statement that is not evidently true is not necessarily false. A statement that is evidently not true is necessarily false.